Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics, and today we're going to share with you a money-saving tip. It may be hard to believe, but in our fish room we've got 54 fish tanks and we are out of space. We have no open tanks, and the problem is we've got some juveniles that need a larger space. We've got some more holding females that could use a tank to go ahead and release their fry when they're ready. So what we've done is we went out and we bought a couple of 30-gallon totes. I think total it was around $20 or $22. We're going to fill those 30-gallon totes. We're going to put some cycled sponge filters in them. We're going to move some of the juveniles from some of the 10 gallons into those totes so they have a little bit more space to grow out. That will free up the 10 gallons so that we can put holding females in those, and then they can feel free to release the fry when they're ready. So stay tuned. Okay everybody, so the issue that we're having right now is the 10s that we have. We've got 3 on this side. We have probably, I don't even know, maybe 25 red empress in this tank, and we need to move them to a larger tank to grow out in. Down below, there are 17 of these dragon blood red empress mixes that are going to turn into dragon blood like fish, and then also some, probably going to be some pretty cool OBs. Those, again, they're reaching about their maximum size in that size tank, plus it's getting a little crowded in there. Now let me go ahead and we'll take you to the other side of the fish room. Over here we've got some more OBs, and these ones are a little bit older. We've also got a couple dragon bloods, and again, we want these ones to get a little bit larger, so they need a larger area to grow out. Take these dragon blood OB mixes, the ones on the other side, put them in a tote together, and then probably move the red empress on the other side to the second 30-gallon tote that we're going to set. Where are we going to be putting these totes? For right now, this tote is going to stay over here. It'll work out fine because we have air right above it, so we can just drop a cycled sponge filter in there. We'll fill this thing about 2/3 at least, probably 3/4 of the way full. That'll give us at least 25, 27 gallons, somewhere in there. Tuck this other tote in over here, and again, we've got air right above it. Put a cycled sponge filter in, and probably just go ahead and put some fish in there for now. Yeah, this is just grow out, it's temporary. These fish are going to be moving out of the fish room probably in the next couple of months. All right, so we had an extra air valve up at the top on the upper left-hand side. I just ran some air hose along the ceiling, and then we come on down, and we're going to go ahead and fill this with, put a sponge filter in and fill it with water and get fish moved in. And then I did the same thing over here. We had the extra air valve, ran it along the ceiling and then down over here, and we'll have a sponge filter, cycled sponge filter, fill this with water, get the fish in, call it a day. It's quick, it's simple, it's temporary, easy to break down. I don't have to build any extra stands. I don't have to find a bunch of extra space for tanks that I really don't want to have to maintain long term. So let's get started. All right, we got one of them filling up right now. So again, looking forward to having that extra volume for these fish so that they can grow out, get a little bit more space. Okay, we took a cycled sponge filter, one of the 3 out of the Oscar 125, put it in here, and then I had a new sponge filter that I was able to put in there, so we won't have any problems in either one of these setups. And then over here, same thing, I took a cycled sponge filter out of one of the 33 longs, because they're all doubled up. They each have 2 apiece. And then we put a brand new sponge filter in one of the 33 longs. There's still a fully cycled one in there. So we shouldn't have any problems in either one of these setups. Now next step is to get the fish in. All right, so this may be surprising, but in this 10-gallon, we had the red empress, and all the red empress are now gone. They are in here. I thought maybe we had 25 or 30 red empress juveniles in that 10-gallon. There were 49. So I think we're going to have enough red empress for a while. We're going to let them grow out in here. This will be definitely a lot more space for them. Again, close to 30 gallons as opposed to that 10-gallon tank. So that's the story there. This empty tank was holding some dragon blood red empress mixes, which are basically, we get about half dragon blood, about half OB. This tank was also holding dragon blood red empress mixes with the same sort of distribution. Now they are all in here, so I think all in all we pulled out maybe about 10 or 11 dragon blood looking juveniles and about the same number of OB juveniles, and I'll show you real quick what the OBs tend to look like as they get older. So that's the OBs. These guys are actually in the Oscar tank, but that's what the males look like right here. this female is holding, and that's what the females look like. But really, and you can see this little baby here, he's finally starting to get his colors. So females, they stay kind of just orange and brown, but the males look really cool. All right, so the species 35 tomato hap is going to be nearly impossible to see. We've got her in the 10-gallon here. She's got a mouthful of eggs. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks before, a week or two before she's ready to release the fry. Usually when females are holding, they're going to be very reclusive. They're going to be hiding. So she's back there, and we'll give you an update once she hopefully releases some healthy fry. We'll show you what they look like. All right, real quick, we got another shy female. This is a dragon blood female that has got a mouth. I think it's a mouthful of juveniles. I think if we were to open up the mouth, she would spit out some juveniles right now. If you look how much, you know, her mouth is pretty large. So it shouldn't be long. She's probably only going to be in here for a couple days. Now that she's got a comfortable, secluded place to spit the fry, she's going to do that real soon, and she can go back in her 75-gallon. This is actually 24 hours later. I thought she would spit these fry out as soon as she had a comfortable place to do so, and you can see they are all over the place. A lot of dragon blood fry as opposed to the OB fry that we often get. Usually it's a 50-50 distribution, but this one, clearly a lot of dragon blood fry. So I don't know how many are in here. Again, my estimation skills aren't the best, so, but it certainly looks like there's at least 40. So that's nice. We got her out just in the right time. Again, it's a really, you know, one of the things that we do with the mouth brooding cichlids, we get them out of the community tanks. We get them in a place where they can feel comfortable, where they can spit their fry out, they know they're safe, and that allows them to get back on food a little bit more quickly. We'll get her back in the 75-gallon in a couple days. I want to give her a couple days on her own, or with her fry, with her babies. She can eat, she can put on some weight, she doesn't have to worry about competing for food, she doesn't have to worry about males trying to mate with her again. So we're gonna go ahead and give her a couple days in here with the babies, let her eat. These guys will get live baby brine shrimp, crushed flakes. But yeah, you can see within 24 hours, all these guys were back out, and it's pretty cool. It's really fun to see. It's one of the fun things about fish keeping. All right, everybody, so we got all the fish moved around. It was pretty interesting. I did not realize we had 49 red empress fry in that 10-gallon. I probably should have counted a little bit more thoroughly. I was just kind of estimating when I said around 25 to 30, but it's good that they're in a larger place now. They can grow a little bit larger, have some more space. The other 30-gallon totes got about 10 or 11 dragon bloods and 10 or 11 of those OBs. They're gonna look great. As I showed you, those males are really starting to come through with their colors. Now, a couple things with the totes. Thing number one, they're gonna work for us because we heat the room and not the tanks. I would not personally feel comfortable putting a heater in a tote. So because the room down here is about 81 degrees, which gets the water somewhere in those upper 70, 78, 79 degrees, I feel very comfortable that these totes are gonna work. Of course, with the air system that we have, the sponge filters, that's gonna work just fine. We don't have a big heavy hang on the back filter trying to pump water through there. So I think we're gonna be in pretty good shape. So if you like this video, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.